Hello everyone, my name is Chen Luying. My research topic is the application of bel canto in musicals. This is my catalog. This study aims to explore the practical application of bel canto in musical singing and its artistic performance. The traditional bel canto techniques has long been regarded as the gold standards of classical vocal music. However, in musical singing, actors often need to maintain the health of their voice while taking into account spoken expressions, character questions, and voice penetrations in a sound amplification environment. The cross-style application of bel cantos in musicals has not yet formed a systematic theoretical guidance, and there is significant controversy. This study will first conduct a preliminary study to explore the feasibilities of this topic. In the preliminary study, qualitative research will be used. The researchers will conduct a semi-structured interviews with two musical actors to explore how they adjust the bel canto techniques in actual performance to adapt to the needs of different repertoires, such as the Phantoms of the Opera and Les Miserables. After determining the feasibilities of exploring this topic, we will conduct more in-depth research through the mixed research methods, quantitative acoustic analysis, actors interviews, and practical singing experiments. It aims to explore the following key issues: how bel canto techniques can adapt to the diverse needs of bel musicals through the technical adjustments, its advantage and limitations, enlightenments on vocal teachings and musical performance practice. In addition, its research significance is reflected in cross-style fusions and innovations of vocal art. The combinations of bel canto and the modern popular and dramatic expression of musicals can expand the boundaries of vocal arts and provides new technical ideas for vocal performance. Also, it can promote the diversifications of musical theaters, singing styles. The singing styles of contemporary musicals are becoming most diverse, but bel canto still has unique expressiveness in some roles. Starting its application can enrich the vocal aesthetic of musicals. Finally, it brings enlightenment of vocal music teachings and practice. Studying the adaptabilities of bel canto's techniques in musicals, such as avoiding to operatic pronunciation or vibratos, can provide a close-style training program for vocal music teaching. According to the existing literature, traditional bel canto techniques originated from the Italian operas in the 18th century, emphasizing the scientific breathing controls, rhythmus regulations, and temper units from Marquez's 2014. However, musical singing has different requirements. For some acknowledged due to its dramatic expressions, colloquial styles, and some amplification needs. From Kendrick's 2010, musical actors usually need to flexibly adjust their singing style to adapt to the role, and the plot while maintaining the health of their voice, which makes the adaptability of bel canto techniques in musicals a question worth exploring. In recent years, some scholars has begun to pay attention to the applications of bel canto techniques in musical singing. Du Plessis 2017 took the Fountains of the Opera as an example to analyze the actors' application of bel canto techniques in musicals, point out that it can enhance the durability of the voice and the expressiveness of the range, but it may also limit the development of dramatic tensions due to being too standardized. Similarly, Mick 2024 proposed through the comparative studies that bel canto techniques require technical adjustments in musical singing, such as relaxing the articulations to enhance text clarity or adjusting the listener's position to adapt to microphone's amplifications. These studies provide a preliminary theoretical framework for cross-style singing, but still lack systematic empirical support. Based on the previous research, this study will further explore the technical adjustment strategies and their artistic effects to promote the theoretical and practical development of cross-style singing. In order to explore the feasibilities of this research topic, I first conduct a preliminary study. In the preliminary study, semi-structured interview were used in the qualitative research method. This research method is more flexible and can more efficiently explore the feasibilities of a research topic. It can efficiently support the course objectives of the preliminary research, exploring the practical roles, technical adjustment, and artistic decisions of bel canto in the specific context of musicals, and provides a solid qualitative foundations for subsequent research. The study involves semi-structured interviews with two musical actors. The first respondent is Kat. Is Kat, a musical actor with more than 8 years of professional experience, with a background in bel canto. And the second respondent is Emily, a musical actor, more than 5 years of professional experience, with a background in bel canto and pop singing. The following is an outline of the interview, which revolves around these three questions: technical adjustment of bel canto techniques, challenge of cross-style singing, and the impact on vocal health. This is the interview record sheet. According to the interview research, when singing musical in bel canto, the resonance position should be adjusted. The strategies of adjusting the high position forward is adopted to reduce the vertical sense of bel canto to adapt to the sensed amplification equipment. Change the articulations, balance the clarity and melody line through vowels deformation, such as A to A. The second is the styles conversion plans. We need to build a technical reserve, such as using built-in technology to deal with popular passage, retaining the breath support of bel canto. There is also the principles of role priority. The sense decides reserve the age, uh, uh, personalities of the roles. For example, ending the breath voice to the elderly role. Finally, there are differences in health management. Interviewee Kat emphasizes systematic training, 30 minutes of vocal trainings, songs every day. Emily focuses on immediate recoveries, called compresses, called comprise on the slots for 15 minutes after the performance. The conclusion that can be drawn from this study are adaptive transformations of bel canto technique is an inevitable trend. Musical singing needs to break through the vertical resonance mode of traditional bel canto and achieve dramatic expression by moving the resonance points forward and dynamically adjusting the slow's position. Makes the vocal range technology become the new industry standards. The saxophone case shows that musical actors need to reasonably master the ratio of three vocal range. Invisible risks of vocal health. Long-term cross-style singing can easily lead to interretinally measured voltage and incomplete glottal closures, but systematic trainings can reduce the risk. From the preliminary study results, it can be concluded that it is feasible to apply bel canto singing in musical, but it's also necessary to conduct in-depth research. Valence research will adopt a mixed research method. It combines quantitative research, qualitative research, and practical research to systematically explore the application of bel canto techniques in musical singing. Through the multi-dimensional data collection and analysis, the impact of bel canto techniques on the technical adjustments, artistic expression, and the vocal health of musical singing is comprehensively evaluated. First, quantitative research's purpose is to quantify the difference between the bel canto and typical musical singing through acoustic measurements and audience feedback. Acoustic experiments data collections selects 10 professional musical actors, 5 mainly using bel canto and 5 using traditional musical singing, were selected to record the center rapped words. Each is excerpts from Music of the Night. The following parameter was analyzed using Perot software. Audience questionnaires data collection recruited 100 musical audience to evaluate the following dimensions of the two singing styles through blend listening text 5-point scan. Data analysts use SPSS to conduct an independent sample t-test to compare the significant difference between the two groups of acoustic parameter. Descriptive statistics and correlations analysis were used for the questionnaire. Data to explore the relationship between the audience preference and acoustic characteristic. Then the qualitative research method was adopted, the purpose of which was to deeply understand the actors' understands the actor's practical application experience and adjustment strategies of bel canto techniques. The same structures interviews here is an extension of the previous preliminary study. Based on the previous study, the numbers of interviewees was increased from 2 to 5. This improves the credibility of the research conclusion. The last thing to do is practical research. The purpose of this research method is to verify the adaptability of bel canto technique in musical through the researchers' own experiments. 2 songs was selected for these experiments. Think of Me, The Fountains of the Opera, and I Want to Look at You Like This, Mulan. The experiment was divided into 3 stages. Stage 1, singing and record with traditional bel canto technique. Stage 2, adjust the technique to adapt to the style of the musical and re-record. Stage 3, use Perot to compare the acoustic difference between the two recordings. In addition, auxiliary data includes safety observations log, record physiology feelings during singing, such as slow footage and subjective evaluation of artistic performance. Peer reviews invite 2 vocal instructors and 1 musical director to conduct a blend review of the 2 versions of the singing to evaluate the study's adaptability. The data analyzed will be combined with acoustic data, safety log, and peer feedback. Summarizes the keynotes of musical technical adjustment. This is the timeline of work to be completed. The outlines of draft consist of the following 7 parts: introduction, literature review, research method, research results, discussion, conclusion, and reference. This is the bibliographies of main sources. That's all for my presentation. Thank you for your listening.